What is going on, everybody? Jeremy here. Welcome back to the channel. Let me just get this sorted out. And we are live. Here we are. Early access for Shadowbringers, baby. Timing is a little off, obviously. I don't usually stream this early. It is almost 6 p.m. here. Well, servers came up at about 5 p.m. My time, Southeast Asia. So that means it's going to be a really early stream, and I don't think many of you guys that usually join me are going to be here. Doesn't matter, we'll go ahead and do this. Anyway, first things first, say hello to my Viera. This is my brand new character. Of course, Viera is the new race that comes with Shadowbringers, in addition to the Hrothgar, which I was kind of debating which one would I do. So I traded my human character for... Where did this fairy pixie thing come from? Hey, I'm talking here. So, yeah, there we go. I traded the white hair and everything, Warrior of Light, to become the Warrior of Darkness. Real quick, hello to Lord Midichlorian in chat, hello. And Lady Irene, too. Galthril says, I knew this was going to shock me, and it did. Hey, hey, nice to see ya. Yeah, a bit of a background change, too, from my usual place, because my air conditioner is kind of leaking, and I don't want to blow up my PC over there, so I've decided to stream somewhere else. So, tonight's stream... or this evening's stream, I should say, is going to be a little different. Some of you don't want me to stream story spoilers, and I totally understand that, so I'm going to keep that to a minimum. It's going to be a kind of a short stream. I also want to check out the two new jobs, which are classes, really, the Gunbreaker and the Dancer. So I think we'll do that first. Let's go pick up those two jobs, and then we'll do a couple of intro quests to maybe try to get to the first, and that in itself is a spoiler, so hey, let's go ahead and do that. I do believe the Gunbreaker job is to be picked up in New Gridania, so that's where I'm gonna port to, and yeah, that should be interesting. That is a tanking job. Dania. Yeah, this is, for those of you that have been catching up on my Road to Shadowbringer stream series, this is my first Final Fantasy XIV expansion where I'm an active player, and the expansion is current content. Because ever since I started in 2017, I've always been trying to catch up and catch up and catch up. But now, I'm on time. So I'm a little excited. Everybody warned me about don't stream because there's going to be a very long queue. Because I play on the Elemental data center, which is the Japanese service, really, there wasn't much of a queue. I gotta be honest. It's like 800 people in queue, and then 2 minutes later, 600, 2 minutes later, 400. So queue wasn't an issue. And my grand company is pretty excited. Everybody's happy to be continuing main stories, and there's so much new features. So let's find this class. There it is, the makings of a Gunbreaker. And I have to be honest, while I do have a paladin here, this is my paladin, I have not tanked at all in Final Fantasy XIV. I have not healed, I have not tanked. So these job roles are kind of new to me. So with Shadowbringers, I promised myself I'd try and branch out and diversify a little bit, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. But my main that I'm going to be taking through Shadowbringers, the expansion, will be the Samurai. That's the first one that I'm going to get to level 80, so let's go ahead and pick this up. So again, if you're just joining the stream and you are a current player, you're maybe at work or something, and you don't want to have somebody spoil for you, you do not have to watch this. I'm just streaming this for the usual folks on my channel that want to see this as a VOD, maybe tomorrow or something. Because once I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna lay low and finish the story on my own and put out a review. So there's that. Midichlorian says 15 gig download. She'll look great, says Lady Irene. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's a good idea if it's leaking. Yeah, I just hope it doesn't get any worse than that's a problem. Here we go, the makings of a Gunbreaker. We will get the Gunbreaker Soul, and that's what you need to equip, of course, to change your jobs, but that's really the weapon. That's the High Steel Gunblade as well, and this job starts at level 60. So there's a lot of players who will pick up these two new jobs and then just start farming for XP, maybe have it on high, or Pallets of the Dead, or just jump into duty roulette and whatever and just try to get. Because they want to take the new job to the new expansion. I don't need to do that, so because I'm doing Samurai, I'm just going to pick it up first. Next member of the God's Quiver is... I can't even pronounce that. Let's just go ahead and pick up the quest. Oi, miss. Fancy making yourself useful? Listen close. A gang of highwaymen have been applying their trade around here these last few days, and we're trying to flush them out. They're slippery buggers, though, so we need all the help we can get. Bramble Patch. All you have to do is collar anyone who strikes you, a bit shifty, and raise the alarm. Simple enough. quest accepting music stuff has changed. Okay, let's see where this place is. Yeah, I can write there. I don't remember the last time I sort of picked up a job and remember the intricacies. Are there going to be cutscenes and stuff? Of course, there's going to be your job quests continue, but then there's role quests too, which is something new and it's more generalized. So all tanks, for example, will have one quest line. All DPS will have one quest line, that kind of thing. Going through the patch notes earlier today, a couple of hours before launch, there's just so much new features and content that if you are a returning player, there's going to be a lot to catch up on. Baradhor says at least at the early dungeons up to level 30, where I have my tank class, keeping aggro is easy, which isn't easy, which I appreciate, as in other games it seems easy or too easy. I kind of noticed that too, especially when I do my leveling roulettes, which is this thing, your daily sort of random dungeon where it could be a level 15 or 20 or 30 dungeon, and you start noticing that tanks don't really have their full arsenal of enmity, aka threat generation skills. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. It's going to be, yeah, it's a cutscene. Let's do this. Ah, that's the new race, the Hrothgar. One of the two new races. Gotta admit, the Gunbreaker looks pretty damn cool. I'm personally just worried about tanking in general, because it's in all the MMOs I play, I don't tank. Out of my way, or I'll gut ya. Yeah, I guess we're gonna fight now. Okay, I did not see most of the changes for my samurai class. I know they kind of removed a few skills, but otherwise it should be pretty normal. So, oh look, everybody's here too. Trying to get the Gunbreaker. Let's go and do this. Never mind. It's level 60, they die so fast, I forget. I'm at level 7, yeah, I'm at the previous level cap, so things will die fast. I was expecting more of a challenge there, but doesn't matter. Checking on chat, Maker insists also when playing my Bard at level 50 now, I see the tanks losing aggro frequently. Not all and not always, mind you. Yeah, it comes down to the player sometimes, if they know what they're doing, or if they're managing threat properly. You have my tanks, stranger. And mine. You hadn't shown up, things could get very badly for us. It's my fault, I'll be more careful next time. This side of the wall. That's interesting. I mean, if you haven't picked up the main story yet, or from Tataru in the Rising Stones, this will be your first interaction with the two new races, so you could be wondering, how are they on this side of Eorzea? And what's all this about? We have Daniel Blum in chat. Hey Daniel, how you doing? What's good? It's strange they'd go after a parent like you. All their marks so far have been merchants and whatnot. Those bandits. Something about this doesn't sit right with me. We barely have a fistful of gil between us, and I have a couple of Fulm's edge steel strapped on my back. Perhaps that's why they went straight for the kill. So either these guys are hiding some sort of a secret. I'm Radovan, and this is Sophie. We travel here from Ildsabarad, far to the north, where once I served as a soldier of Garlemald. Huh. I had no choice. My family was taken hostage. Alright, so they're just basically migrants from the north down here to Eorzea. As for me, I also escaped from the Garleans. I was part of the resistance movement until we were all rounded up or killed, that is. So that's the second variation of Viera. I noticed there's two, like mine is called Rava, I think, which is like the more tanned or darker skinned, and this the more light skinned version. I obviously can't tell you the intricacies between the two variants of the race. A little bit of a sad story there. That's why I suggested looking for employment as bodyguard. Is that how we start our job class? Bodyguards. I mean, it makes sense considering we're tanks. Would you consider working with us? Sure, why not? There we go, to become a Gunbreaker. Yeah, that's a very good point. Like, throughout my playthrough of Stormblood, when we interact a lot with the Garleans, they have their own version of the Gunblade, and I kept wondering if that's what we are going to be using for a job, and everybody on stream said, no, it's slightly different. And, yeah, I can't wait to see what that looks like. Are etherically imbued with cartridges. When you pull the trigger, the powdered crystal within ignites, releasing the ether. Yeah, I gotta admit, I didn't read through, like, the job mechanics, because you do get like your own specific things with the cartridges. I just want to explore and experiment with that whenever I get the chance. Okay, I'll say yes. Obviously, I want the class, so we'll go speak to Radovan. For that, check in the chat. Midichlorian says this is the issue with games when there are patches with race, level cap, and whatnot. Now I'm at level 50 and I'm still far from completing a Realm Reborn, so I expect I'll be over leveled for everything now. There will be a point when, like for me, when I finish a Realm Reborn, and you guys will remember my journey to Heavensward, there's like 100 or so prerequisite quests, patch 2.1 and 2.55, and in those 100 quests, the XP that you get wasn't anything. It was like 4,000 XP or something. So I barely got to level 51 by the time I finished the prerequisites. Oh, there goes the air conditioner. So you wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you're constantly doing your daily roulettes every day, then yeah, you probably might over level a little bit. But if you just do the quests, then the amount of XP you get won't make a difference, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's pick it up. Yes, I've reached my decision. Let's become a Gunbreaker. On this day forth, our fates are entwined. While the path that lays ahead is not an easy one, the spirits of my predecessors will watch over you. Gimme, gimme, gimme. There we go. Okay. Oh damn! I do like the new quest completion music. That actually sounds really good. So now we have a new gear and set and everything. Let's go ahead and equip that and let's test it out. High steel gunblade. In. Oh right, I need my other gear, or I'm gonna be running around in my underwear. Outsider's attire. Let's go do that and see what we get. Okay. Level 60 gear all in tow. Outsider circlet. Let's go ahead and put that on. Alright, if you guys hear water dripping in the background, I do apologize for that. That is my air conditioner leaking. Outsider's boots. I don't think they gave me accessories. Yeah, they did not give me accessories, no matter. I could probably wear just the Aetheryte earring for now. And pick up gear along the way. So, let's see what the starter Gunbreaker's outfit looks like. There you go. Oh, that's so cool. With the gun over the shoulder or anything. Taking stock of skills, keen age, no mercy, brutal shell. Let's just go beat something up. Well, it's not really a fair fight because this is a level 21 zone. Best thing to do is probably jump into like Palace of the Dead or something at level 60 and give all the rotations a look. But in terms of animations and stuff, this is pretty exciting. See, I don't have all the jobs unlocked, so for me, getting a new job and seeing what the animations are is actually pretty fun. Now the real challenge is tanking with this for the first time. Sweet. Alright, let me just move my powder gauge for the cartridge down here. Easier for me to see. Okay, that's one down. Let's go ahead and grab the dancer next, and we'll see what we do. I'll come back for this. I'm not going to do the entire storyline tonight, because I do want to continue on to the first. For dancer, I believe that is in 𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒆𝒊𝒍. Let's go to the lower decks and find that dancer class. Mini crunches, I have to check if this game has a no XP gain option, as I prefer to play quests at their intended level. I'm not sure about that, but I'm not sure really. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, don't worry about the 50 to Heavensward. As long as you're just thinking about plowing through, you shouldn't be more than level 52 maximum. And by the time you get to Ishgard, things should be picking up again, and everything should be on your level. Unless, like I said, you've been doing a ton of roulettes, then yeah, you're bound to be a little over level for the quests when you hit Heavensward. Alright, Dancer, where are you at? Nope, that's Rogue. Fisher. Yeah, you'll notice that I don't have a bunch of crap unlocked as a returning player. Maybe upper decks? Actually, you know what? Let's take a look. Dancer. Lower decks. And the quest is called Shall We Dance? There we go. So, Dancer is going to be a physical range DPS, and I do not have a physical range DPS. Maybe the Bard, yeah, it's the Bard. Just going to drag my... Yeah, I'm going to make a new one for the Gunbreaker, put that in my bar. Swap back to my Samurai. Alright, let's grab the Dancer. Shall we dance? This Lamenting gentleman appears just a tad too excited about something, and that's going to give me all the good stuff too. Let's go and do this. Good madam. Oh, good madam. You can spare a moment, yes? Of course you can. You see, I've just witnessed a performance most marvelous, and I simply must tell someone about it. What sort of performance, you ask? Why, none other than a troupe of traveling dancers hailing from, oh boy, 𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒆𝒊𝒍, across the sea. I dare say they're bold, exotically beautiful, motions like nothing our realm has ever seen. Sweet. Let's do this. Speak with the dancer. Let's see. Over there. Oh! Okay, that's new. Don't remember the map telling me with the huge down arrow there. So Dancer is also pretty interesting in a sense of their job mechanics. I keep saying class, it's job mechanics. How you have to do the right steps and before, I mean, mostly it's aesthetic, but yeah, I'm just comparing it with other MMOs that I play that maybe don't have something aesthetically similar. Come to see our little show, have you? Yes, I have. Curtain will be rising any minute now. I guess we're gonna see a dance right now, so let's go and check it out. Wait for the show to begin. Okay, I'll wait. Meantime, I'll check it in chat. We have Infinity XP in chat. Hey, Infinity XP, how you doing? Says, sadly, I gotta wait till after work to play FML. I hear you. There's a lot of people in my free company who totally skipped work, who took like a couple of days off. And that happens usually with new content updates, right? Infinite also says it doesn't have that option, I guess, for the stop XP. Alright, I'm guessing... oh, there it is. Destination. With everybody standing around it, it's hard. You couldn't see the damn thing. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get up close and start it. No XP needed if it was an issue, which I'm glad to hear it isn't. Daniel says, I hope for a good story in Shadowbringers. Yeah, my... See, Stormblood started out a little rocky, and then it got good towards the end in patch. And the story's really interesting now in terms of how we're going to the first, and how we have to embrace, you know, being a war of darkness. I can't wait. So close yet so far. For all who cannot make the voyage to our home, we bring our art to yours. Alright, let's see this dance. She hasn't even danced yet, and everybody's like cheering already. Yes, just so Rana betray not your trembling heart. Dance your dance till the last, and let them fall under your spell. Who's that? What are you whispering? Busted. My apologies, I did not mean to intrude upon your experience. Pray ignore my mutterings and enjoy the growth promise. Just trained quite hard for this day after all. What is some voodoo? I mean, to be fair, I'm Viera myself, just became a Viera, so I should know this dance. I must say, you carry yourself with a certain grace, don't you? Ah, but do excuse me, I forget myself. Oh, I see her having the dancer blades on her waist too, so I guess she's a fellow dancer. And because of that, we missed half the dance, so. Alright, let's check it in chat. Infinite says, great, everyone and their mom is a bunny or a lion. I'll stick with a dragon. Yeah, for me, I thought it made sense to check out a new race. Why not? I've had my human character for a long time now, 2 years, so why not? We got Jose in chat says, hi, you guys recommend this game? I used to be a fan of Final Fantasy games 6 to 10. Yeah, totally. There's a free trial, Jose, that you can check out until level 35 to see if it's good for you or not. And all those games that you mentioned there, I mean, I can't speak for Final Fantasy franchise in general, but for the MMORPG side of things, if you enjoy that sort of Final Fantasy storytelling, then you're definitely going to see a lot of that in Final Fantasy XIV. Just keep in mind the subscription fee, of course, and yeah, you should be good. Jose says, I see a lot of prices for this game. I was just wondering which one to get. Sorry, my English not very good. Hey, no problem, man. Depending on your region. Are you in North America? Then you'd go with the US, because once you have your account in US, you can only use US codes. If you're in the EU, same thing, EU. Southeast Asia and Japan is a different thing, so creating an account is quite a challenge. It's also on Steam, by the way, if your region has it on Steam. Oh, did she ask me to become a dancer already? Okay, let's see. We dance the Kriegsdance. Jeez, I'm butchering that. A dance of war. So ancient, it is said to predate even the founding of our city. Our dancers train primarily in 2 techniques, each with applications both ornamental and martial. For one, we are proficient in tossing, throwing weapons, which are most dazzling to the eyes, even more damaging to any unfortunate foes they strike. The second, of course, is dancing. Perhaps you already felt, but it is believed that there are mystical powers to our movements, which can serve to heighten senses, lift spirits. So yeah, dancer has some what? Buffing stuff. Yeah, this is going to be really hard to decide once I'm done with the main story. Which one do I want to do first in terms of leveling up a Gunbreaker or leveling up the Dancer? You only have a set amount of daily roulettes to do, and you can't really split between them because, of course, you want to complete as much on the character that you want to level. The problem is I'm so indecisive with that kind of stuff. There's just too many jobs that I want to level and play as. Infinite says, can't wait for my mount from the collector's edition. Yes. Have you got your code yet, or is that coming much later on? I've got the collector's edition too. I'm looking forward to the gun blade and the mount too. That mount looked cool. Midichlorian says, question, how many failed dancers rest in pieces after fumbling with the wheel blades? Good question. Probably when they're drunk and when they start flinging it at each other, then the casualty rate, I suppose, is pretty high. Okay, I do not see the lady to turn in. It's all loading in now. There we go. You return, friend. Have you taken the time to think over my offer? Yep, let's train as a dancer. Give me the job. Splendid. As a principal dancer and company leader, allow me to officially welcome you to our ranks. So I guess the story here is pretty much outsigning all the other dancers in the company. That could be interesting. Alright, Gimme, let's do this. Done. Dancer unlocked. And you can see everybody around here that has already got the class. They're all wearing the starter dancer outfit. So I wanted to see what it looks like, but I guess now we already can. But I'm not gonna swap to that. So shall we then go ahead and let's do some story. Let's get to a first dungeon or something. Let's just start. I'm eager to get to the first. I'll come back and unlock this quest. I just need to equip that later on. Cool. Okay, where to now? The Circus Trench. Mordona. Let's begin our journey to the first. Mika says, I'd recommend getting Final Fantasy directly off the site unless it has a good sale on Steam. Note, however, once you choose one, you have to stick with it. Yeah, that's totally true with Final Fantasy. If it says PS4 digitally is different, my stuff's already linked with my account once I log in. Yeah, there's just a ton of places to get it or to play it. Okay, now it's getting really hot. Do I risk it? Do I risk the air conditioner leaking on my electronic stuff there? Just to cool it down. I'm gonna risk it. Okay guys, I'm gonna play through the story, and as implied in the title of the stream, there is going to be spoilers, but do not worry, I will not go very far. I'm just gonna do some intro stuff, and I'll do the rest on my own for the full review. So if you haven't checked out my stream series, the previous one, we ended with that epic conclusion with Xenos, and we were saved by Estinian. All the Scions have that predicament going on, so it's just Tataru and myself. We are about to start the story, so again, final warning here, I'm going to play through this, so if you do not want to know what goes on beyond this point for Shadowbringers, it's totally cool. You guys can come back later once you've done this on your own. The stream will be saved on my channel. With that said, I think we are ready to begin. So, let's do it. And throughout the cutscenes and everything, let me know if the audio's good, if the dialogue, you guys can hear the NPC dialogue, and if you can't, let me know in chat and I'll turn that up. Here we go, Shadowbringers incoming. Circus Trench. Tataru's itching to share what appears to be good news. And right off the bat, we'll get a Shadowbringers orchestral roll, which is something you can play in your in-room or probably in your house. It's like a jukebox and you can play that music. And it's also going to give me a white oak weapon coffer. Huh. Okay, cool. Let's see what the eye level on that thing is. Good news, we had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower, which is an existing raid in Final Fantasy XIV, and there's some story linked with Shadowbringers here. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the ironworks and the suns not added. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes, plenty down there, checking under rocks and peering to every nook and cranny. Still, sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Whoa! What is this? They totally redid the dialogue box. That is pretty cool. That looks way better than that blob on the screen, I gotta say. So what will you say? And I did say, if you guys watch my Returning Player Thought, that in Stormblood as an expansion, your character started to come to the forefront more. They got you more involved with lots of these, you know, multiple choice dialogue options, which, to be honest, didn't really change all that much, except maybe flavor text. But still, it's nice to have your involvement once in a while. So I do like the way they're doing that from Shadowbringers onwards. Stormblood onwards. So we'd go and give them a hand, or it sounds like tedious work, but not as tedious as waiting around, I suppose. So since I changed my character from the light side to a now dark-haired Viera, I'm gonna get on with the dark attitude, and I'm gonna be a little bitchy. So sounds like tedious work, but not as tedious as waiting around. Let's do that. Exactly. So I was thinking we should go and lend a hand. The sooner we find a beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from, which is another plot thing that I want to find out. Who's that mysterious guy calling out to us? What is this all about? How do we get our friends back? So we have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again. Alright, I'm ready. Let's do this. There's a boat in North 𝑮𝒂𝒍𝒊𝒍 waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. I just hope there's not going to be any DC or any bad stuff happening. It's not going to be one of my usual 2-hour long streams, so I just hope there's not going to be plagued with disconnects, and then we'll go back to the queue and stuff. And doing some prior research, was it the, I can't remember which expansion it was, but you know, Final Fantasy has this thing, 14 at least, has this thing with DDoS attacks, where if you don't know what a DDoS attack is, it's where your data center or your servers get overloaded with hits, so it makes websites go down, it makes the servers go down, people can't log in, and it's commonly used by, you know, hackers or whatever to attack large corporations to stifle business or things like that. And you just do a little bit of research, you'll see that Final Fantasy has had issues with that for quite some time. So hopefully that doesn't happen anytime during early access. Okay, so what do we know? Shadowbringers, 2 new zones, right? 2 new cities. Flying, obviously. Once you get all the aetherite currents. The trust system. Oh, I love the sound of the trust system. I can't wait to check that out. What else? Oh man, there's just a bunch of stuff. Okay, there we are. Ferry me across. Let's see this awesome cutscene. Heading to the survey site, madam. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Take me. Let's go. Okay, where exactly are we? Got ironworks here. Is Sid over here? No? Some of the background music that they use is sort of like recycled for many expansions. I sort of wish they would replace them.
Look how many people there are! Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Figs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
Right on.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands
Look at me on the
dirty.
catwalk. Okay, I must have found something. Xenon chests, are the races all cosmetic, or do they have different stats? Mostly cosmetic. Don't worry about stats at all. It shouldn't be anything to worry
Sorry,
about.
I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
You're talking to the Warrior of Light. Come on. I can handle everything.
What's that you got there?
Something you obviously missed.
Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now,
there it is again.
I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, Warrior of Light. Find our friends and bring them home.
And that's how we go to the first. Well, little device in our hand that looked like we had a compass in there, and then something like a phone SIM card or something. Okay, this is it. We are going to be waking up in a totally different place.
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight.
Away with you! I must say your spirited accounts always comes in welcome tea.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
The Warriors of the First. The storyline was great.
Your time has not yet come.
Infilia. You'd recognize that voice anywhere. Yeah, she did get sent off to bring those warriors of the first back home. So, we should bump into her, but I didn't expect this soon. Okay, that does not look good.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
It's a pretty place.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
What? My reaction exactly. But it's bright as day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me grandad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Yeah.
I felt like character movements were slowed down in this
Over
match.
100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
Okay, so this world hasn't seen darkness in a long time. Which is why I guess the warriors the first came to ours.
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
There we go, first down, let's do this. Interesting. See, I as a player now, I'm looking forward to just exploring this world and see, you know, what was it? Somebody told me this is like a reflection of our world. So see what the differences are, how people do things around here. They have chocobos, obviously, so they are not all that different, but oh jeez. Yeah, they've totally...
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire, its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew, between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt, the one true struggle.
Oh, sweet. Title crawl. There you go, folks. We are now in Shadowbringers. Woohoo! And that's the end of the stream. I'll see you all next time. I don't want to go any further. I don't want to spoil it for people. I want to, like, just do it on my own now and start recording footage for my review. I'll check in the chat. I answered your question, right, Xena? Yeah, don't worry about races and stats at all. They won't matter. We have Mazidi Jazz says, hi, bro. Hey, Mazidi, how you doing? Lone Wolf J says there are no race benefits. Yeah, just don't worry about it. Play the race that you want. This is not going to be like other MMOs where, oh, are you this race? Then you're going to suck. We don't take this race. Don't worry about it. So far, hell, even the greeting music, the music that you first come here is just awesome. Aetheryte here. I suppose there's nothing to do but just go to town and see what's up. I can't even summon my mount since I gotta be on foot. So pretty interesting, huh? For like 2 of the cutscenes now, the way your character walks, it's like you're Eorzea's next top model or something. They've definitely done something to the animations. You walk slower, you have a more determined look on your face. Oh boy, here we go again. Okay, bring back that walk. Who greets me?
Halt!
Ah, one of my own.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Okay, that accent is...
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
Come on, give me multiple choice options. Yes. Ha. Should I be the silent one? Britannia, the sauce. I'm gonna keep quiet here. I don't trust you yet.
You will not say? Then I have even less reason to trust you. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment.
Shit.
And I will not suffer you to pass.
My bad. Can I change my answer now? Whoa! What the? Oh. Alright, well done. I thought she was going to charge at me for some reason, but she's a dancer. Which is to be expected.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
Oh no! It's the dude who welcomed us here. You gotta be kidding me. That's his fate? Damn. The first is a brutal place.
Everything all right, Captain?
Oh, it's him.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Thank you. Oh, he's short.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Alright, so that's the guy who has been getting into our heads, all the scions, and telling us to open the gates and let us in, and we're finally here. So he's the one that's been calling us over, so now we get to see him face to face and hopefully ask the important questions.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
We didn't have a choice.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Okay. I'm going for the dark side, right? Okay, do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused?
An inkling, yes. I can only beg your forgiveness. Matters here forced my hand. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity.
Sin Eaters.
It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Oh, you flatter me.
And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
And the more you listen to that guy, the more I'm starting to feel like he's someone we know. I don't want to say it because I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but he just reminds me now of somebody we know quite well. I don't know if it's a different variation of him or something happened to him and it's a him. but he does remind me of someone very prominent in the pre-Shadowbringers storyline. I just wonder, because it makes sense. So things are bad here in the first, and like I said, even way before Stormblood, we've encountered people from this shard, essentially, the Warriors of the First. You'll remember the first time you've heard of Warrior of Darkness, and they came to our world wanting to save theirs, and now we're here. We're bound to bump into them, I'm sure, if they made it back alright. Is this a tour of the new city?
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
And here we are. New town. First things first. Azurite. Right there. Let's go find that and attune ourselves. Not bad. Not too populated too. Awesome. So yeah, wait, what? Aetheryte's not responding. Oh, it probably doesn't recognize the world that I come from and doesn't want to buy myself. Well, fine, screw you. I guess I'll have to continue with the quest. So, really interesting so far. I am just getting soaked in. Like, there were parts now where I'm totally forget that I'm actually streaming. I just want to focus on the story. So, that's the case. This is gonna be it for me, guys. I consciously do not want to continue anymore because I think I've already spoiled more than enough. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to play, record a whole bunch of stuff, and then maybe on July 2nd onwards, when the expansion finally launches and everybody has had a chance to play far enough, then we'll get on stream and we'll do some fun stuff. We'll check out the NPC trust system, we'll jump into dungeons and trials, and my goal with Shadowbringers is to finally finish an expansion on level when it's current, and then maybe get into some endgame, and we'll level up the Dancer and Gunbreaker too. So I could do that here on YouTube, and probably do some on Twitch as well. I'm thinking about bringing back the Twitch channel. So that's it. I know it's a very short stream, so I'm gonna call it here and carry on my own. So those of you watching later, enjoy your journey to the first and have fun. I'm going to check in chat real quick. Lady Irene says, "Per you, having to make choices on continuing or not." Yeah, it's always a tough one. With with other expansions and in other MMOs, I wouldn't really care. But Final Fantasy XIV, very story heavy, and even for myself, I'm like, oh shit, I'd rather focus on it offline and start grabbing footage already. Crimson Sword says, "The race cosmetics." Yep, what about it? Elseworld says, "My frames are dropping so bad, dude. Oh my god." Are you talking about on stream or are you talking about in game? If it's in-game, I can't help you. If it's on stream, it's looking fine on my end over here. Minicorn says, "Thanks to see you." Yeah, all of you jumping to Shadowbringers, guys, have fun in the first. And we'll reconvene on one of the weekends on Twitch or something, or on YouTube, maybe Sunday, and we'll talk about experiences. So, I'm out. I'm gonna pull an all-nighter, probably, going as far as I can. And I'll see you all soon. Take care.